What it do to everybody on here? So it's the reason why all my stories are getting posted to YouTube, and you'll see why. But anyway, we ain't doing it for views. Don't need no damn views, man. You know, I don't give a fuck. Cause everything gonna be documented. You'll see why. But anyway, my love life and career is in a parallel universe. Also want to say I just told a mini story for my fans to post on one of these social media sites. So probably gotta tell it from the beginning like I did, kind of the same way. But it doesn't matter. We can get into it. So my wife, Jenna Ortega Sims, she was doing an interview for Hot Wings, and they was like, so we are here with Jenna Ortega. Oh, I'm sorry, Jenna Ortega Sims. You made us, get that right before we turned the cameras on. So she's like, yes, I did. So they're like, okay, so now, now we wanted to do this interview with your husband, David Sims, and obviously he's too damn busy to even do this damn interview. So in honor of his new album, The Young Michael Jackson, the album, and also y'all have a new movie coming out together on HBO Max. So we're gonna get into all that in honor, of your husband. We was wondering if you could do your interview and also your husband interview together as once. I mean, if that's okay with you. I mean, you are his wife. So she's like, I'm his pregnant wife. So they're like, you're pregnant again. So she's like, yes. He was like, I thought that was a rumor. She's like, it's not a rumor. I am pregnant again. I mean, yeah, I am his wife. And I don't mind doing his interview for him. That is totally fine. So they're like, so in honor of doing his interview as well, we have double the doses of the chicken. Now, that means you'll be eating your version and also your husband's version. Are you ready for this? Can you handle this spicy food? I mean, because we know you're pregnant. So she's like, yeah, I mean, yeah, I can handle it. I eat spicy food all the time, especially while I'm pregnant. So they're like, okay, so I guess we can just dive right into this interview. So she's like, yeah, sure. So they're like, okay, so there's people out there that thinks that your husband is out of his mind for naming his album Young Michael Jackson. So what do you got to say to that? And yes, we can definitely call them haters, but what do you got to say to that if you had to respond? So she's like, well, I mean, they're haters. I mean, you just said it. They're haters. I mean, David is clearly not out of his damn mind. Now, if he played in a series that's a hit damn show on Netflix called Young Michael Jackson, this shit is still number one in every fucking content. Is Netflix is in every damn state. It's not just in one damn state. So if that shit is number one in every damn state, I gotta say my husband gotta be on to something. So they're like, okay, so you don't think that he's out of his mind. So she's like, do you think my husband is out of his mind? So he like, no, I actually am a fan of your husband. So, okay, so we heard that it's rumors that you're actually going to be in this second season of Young Michael Jackson. Is that true? She's like, yes, I am going to be in the second season of Young Michael Jackson. I play one of his girlfriends. So, yes, I am. So they're like, okay, so we're going to see you in the season. Are you through the whole season or just in a few episodes? So she's like, I'm actually, you can basically say I'm through the whole season, yes. I'm kind of his main girlfriend. What y'all don't know is that Michael Jackson did have girlfriends when he was young. So a lot of people thought that Michael Jackson wasn't dating anybody, or he didn't have a girlfriend, or he wasn't, in love, or he was secretly gay, and all this stuff. Like, these are the things that you didn't know about Michael, because y'all know him as a damn entertainer. Y'all don't know him as Michael Jackson, the person. So a lot of times when we think about Michael Jackson, that is all we think about is him dancing on stage and doing all that erotic shit he do on stage. That's all we can think about when we say Michael Jackson name. We can't really think about what he does as a person because y'all don't really know his personal life. He always kept that very private. So they're like, yes, he did. So he actually was in a relationship with a girl. She was like, yes, he was. He was in a relationship with a girl. And I am one of the girls he was very serious with when he was a teenager. So, yes. And actually, I am one of his fans, and that's all I'm going to say. I'm just going to give you that little spoiler that I was one of his fans, and things became very intimate between us. And that's all I'm going to say. That's pretty much all I'm going to say for my character. But yes, I am basically through the whole second season. So they're like, okay, all right. So tell us a little bit about this movie that you and your husband got coming out on HBO Max. And when did y'all actually film this shit? So they like, so she like, well, this is a movie that we filmed this is a movie that we filmed the very first time we met each other. So the very first time we met each other is when we fell in love with each other. So this is a very personal and endearing movie to us because this is the moment that we knew that we wanted a family, you know. And when I seen David, I automatically knew I wanted to be the mother of his kids. I knew that, you know, just his aura, just how he handled business, just how he is in general as a man. I just never met anybody like him, you know. So, and when I first met him, he never tried to like push up on me or try to get sex out of me. He actually really took his time with me. So, a lot of people thought like the very first time we met is that he fucked me or whatever. Like, no, that is definitely. It really surprised me how he was. Like, you know, just the way he carried it and the way he did it. You know, he definitely brought his A game. Let's just say that shit. So they're like, okay, so this movie is basically the very first time y'all met. When y'all just so y'all this is y'all very first movie together. She's like, yes. So they're like, well, why is it coming out now? Because I'm assuming that y'all did this years ago. She was like, yeah, we did do this years ago, but David, he's a very timing person. So it's not that he shelved this movie. He specifically waited for this fucking damn year to bring this movie out. So they're like, okay, all right. So tell me something now, y'all. I mean, you are a mother. I mean, you know, y'all have kids right now, babies, and you're pregnant again. Where are the babies right now? She's like with their father, probably terrorizing his ass. So they're like, okay, okay. So are you excited to be a mom? Are you happy? I mean, like, you know, do they stress you out? She's like, no, they don't. They are amazing babies. I love being a mom. You know, I love being a mom. David loved being a dad. Yeah, you know, David is very, very, you know, supportive, you know, because because when girls have babies, you know, sometimes the father kind of spring the babies just off on the mother, and, you know, the mother is stuck like taking care of the babies, and while the father is doing God knows what. So David, you know, is 50-50 with us, you know, like David to take the kids, you know, with him when he's handling business and when I'm taking care of business. You know, I'll take the baby sometime. You know, obviously it's 50-50 with us, you know. And I love that because, you know, it lets me know I'm not in it alone, you know, and that he knows that he is the father, which he is. So they're like, okay, now we're going to start eating some of this chicken. So he eating some of the chicken, and she was eating it. She was going in. She wasn't, you know, my baby's a soldier. You know what I'm saying? Like Jenna Ortega sounds like she's a soldier. So they like, you sure you're not like, you know, you sure you're not hot? You sure it's not hot in your mouth? She was like, no, actually, you know, I'm fine. Like my bloodline of family, we can handle very spicy food. So they're like, oh, okay. Now you do realize that you got to eat your husband dose of chicken too. She was like, yeah, I know. So they're like, so that means that when we finally get to the real hot one, which is the end, that means you got to start all over and do his version as well. You sure you ready for that? I mean, because we don't want to kill you on this interview. She's like, no, I'm actually good. So they're like, you sure? Because you don't look good. You look like you need to go to the bathroom for a few minutes. So she's like, no, I'm fine. So she got through the interview. And it was kind of funny because seeing the look on her face, you know what I'm saying? Because she had sent me the interview, you know, so I can see it exclusively. And I watched it, you know. So she called me. She's like, baby, did you get the interview? They sent me the copy of it right away. Like you requested. Did you look at it, babe? I'm like, yeah, I looked at it, honey. She's like, well, how did I do? Did I do good? Are you proud of me? I'm like, yeah, of course, baby. You did amazing. She's like, I did. I'm like, yeah, you look very pretty on there. It's like, oh, I did. Did I look very pretty? I'm like, yeah. It's like, what is the baby's doing? I'm like, well, one of them is asleep, and the other one is like, for some reason, won't go to sleep. She's like, is that Star Sims? I'm like, yes, it is. It's Star Sims. So she's like, that girl, I don't know what's been going on with her lately. I'm like, I don't know. We'll figure it out why she don't want to really sleep. So she's like, do she eventually go to sleep? I'm like, yeah, I mean, don't you know you be with him? She like, I mean, she do go to sleep, but I'm saying like, with you, does she go to sleep eventually? Because she goes to sleep with me after like 2 hours of staying up extra. Then she'll finally go to sleep. I'm like, she'll go to sleep. She obviously, and then like if I put her down, she see me. If she feels that I'm not around, she'll start crying. She's like, she'll start. Yeah, she's daddy's little girl. That's what it is. She's just daddy's little girl. So I'm like, yeah, that is probably what it is. So she's like, that's kind of weird because when I put David Jr. down when I'm like not around, then she wakes up and she start crying. I'm like, yeah, that's pretty weird, ain't it? She's like, yeah, that is weird, honey. So I'm like, well, where are you going at now, baby? She's like, well, do you still want me? When is that party that Miley Cyrus is throwing for you for your album? Because your albums are coming out at the same time. So she's like, yes. I'm like, yes, it is coming out at the same time. It's gonna be at her mansion. She's like, she doesn't know that I'm coming, honey. I'm like, well, she doesn't know, but I definitely want you there. You are my wife. She's like, yeah, but you kind of married to her too. I mean, I don't want to make her feel uncomfortable in our own house. I'm like, so you don't want to come? It's like, I do want to come, honey. I definitely want to come. But, if I'm there, there's going to be a lot of celebrity males there, and they're going to be throwing themselves at me, and I don't want you whipping their ass. Like, I know how you get over me. I'm like, so you don't want to come. Just say, she's like, David, you know that I want to come. You know that I do, but somebody has to watch the kids. And I really don't want to leave them alone with my mother right now. She has an attitude problem and stuff, and so do my sister. So somebody got to be there with the kids, and we can't take the kids to that type of party. They're babies. I'm like, okay. She's like, so I was thinking that I would watch them while you go and celebrate. And you deserve it. You work so hard, honey. You definitely deserve it. And I don't want to make her feel uncomfortable because I know if she see me walk through them doors, she not gonna want to see me walk through them doors. So I'm like, oh, okay, I get what you're saying. She's like, you understand, right? I'm like, yeah. So we did the interview. Selena Gomez was doing the interview, and they were asking her questions about me. So they was like, so Selena Gomez, we ain't gonna get, we're not gonna get too deep about the whole beef between you and Haley Beaver and Kylie Jenner because we know that's a very, touchy subject. But we are gonna kind of dive into this. Um, when all of that was happening, even though it's still kind of fresh, there's rumors that David came to see you around 12 midnight. Is any of that true, or is that a damn lie? So she's like, yeah, it is true. So they're like, well, from the look on your face, it look like you don't want to share in details what happened that night. So she's like, no, I definitely don't want to share details because whatever happened between me and David that night is definitely between me and David. So they're like, well, did he see you more than one night? She's like, you do know that we're working on a series together. Yes, we see each other a lot. So they're like, so why is it now that your relationship is just coming out? She was like, what? I mean, people done seen us out on dates plenty of times. But I guess if people want to say that we were trying to hide it, then let them say that. So they're like, okay, let's get down to business. Now, this is David's biggest album yet. The Young Michael, it's called Young Michael Jackson, the album. Now, it's only going to be available on SoundCloud. Obviously, the full album will be on his website. Now, there's rumors out there that's saying that David is pretty much out of his damn mind, naming this album Young Michael Jackson, the album. What is your thoughts on that? So she's like, my thoughts on that. Okay, you see all the stuff that's happening with me. It's obviously people just being haters. I mean, like, David, if you look through that man's phone, you will not see any social media app on that man's phone. Like he's just that fucking serious. So it's like there is no man that can fuck with David. And first of all, let me make this clear. He played Michael Jackson in the series Young Michael Jackson. So you get it? Young Michael Jackson. His album is named Young Michael Jackson. I mean, he's actually got the #1 show in every fucking state on Netflix. I mean, it ain't even just with fucking Young Michael Jackson. He got a lot of shows out that's #1 on all fucking platforms. So, do you really think that anybody fucking with David? And do you really think he gives a shit? David doesn't have those damn apps because he doesn't care what people say. So people can write negative comments all the fuck they want to, but he ain't never gonna see them bitches. So it's like, that's why he's able to operate and move the way the fuck he moves. You see what I'm saying? And it's so damn fucking sad to me that you would say this negative shit about him when he actually really did put his life on the line for you dumb fucks. Like, he literally did this shit. And David was talking to me about this one night, how people are so damn stupid of when somebody really sacrificed their life for you. And so you can have a life, so you can live your fucking life, so you can get married and have kids. David did that shit. I mean, like, this man he's gonna have a lot of biopic movies made about him. It ain't gonna just be on Netflix. It's gonna be on all fucking platforms. It's gonna be so many damn people making movies about him because his life is too damn huge. It ain't just stemming from him being a damn celebrity. This man has met with God in the fucking flesh. He has talked to him. So that means that you got everybody around and they'll say that they got God in their life and stuff, right? But let me ask you a question. How do you see their spirit? Because if you don't feel it resonating off of them, they're lying to you. There's a lot of people that say that shit, but they're evil as hell. So it doesn't even mix. You see, David has nothing negative to say about anybody. The man is so damn smooth. I've never met anybody that fucking amazing in my life. I'm just gonna be real with you. So they're like, well, there's rumors that Justin Bieber wanted to challenge him and bring out his album the same time as his on March the 10th. So Selena, like, I really don't have no damn comment on that. Justin Bieber, he can't get over the damn fact that he's just not popular no damn more. I mean, like, he's just not it no more. He was at one time, but he's just not it. It's David time now, and he needs to accept that shit. You know, he had a time where he could have capitalized off of his career and starred in fucking movies and shows and shit, but he decided to just make documentary movies. And, you know, that was stupid. To me, I just think it was dumb. You know, because those documentary movies are not going to be remembered. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, the only one that's probably going to be remembered is what? Never Say Never. But all the other ones after that, who gives a fuck? So what I'm saying is Justin Bieber did all the wrong shit. And I think it's starting to get to him. It's starting to eat his ass up. And he's starting to see the success from what David is doing. And it's just he can't accept that. David don't even know about this man challenging him on some fucking album. And then another thing, Justin Bieber wants me back, but he found out that I'm in love with David. So he found out not only is David the shit, but he's also fucking the girl he wants to be with. So that's like a double dose of I'm pissed off. So they like, got you. We got you. Now, we like that you've been open about this, Selena Gomez. We love this. So now I'm going to switch it over to, my man Bow Wow. And then we're going to get on the interview with Miley Cyrus. So I remember, they like, Bow Wow, you or David Sims. They was like Lil Bow Wow. Lil Bow Wow, you're David. He's like, see, now you fucking with me. My name is not Lil Bow Wow. My name is Bow Wow. I've been took the fucking Lil Bow Wow off a long ass time ago. So stop fucking with me on this interview. So they're like, all right, so let's just get into it. I mean, you is Davidson's best friend. So he's like, yeah, I am. So they're like, all right, so let's just get right into it. So there's people out there saying that David naming his album. So he's like, see, that's where I got cut your ass off. Cause see, I already know what the fuck you about to say. There's people out there saying that his album being named Young Michael Jackson, that means he out of his mind. First of all, how the fuck is he? How is he out of his mind? How is a man like that out of his mind when he played his ass in a fucking series that's still #1 on Netflix? You know how big Netflix is? You know how many people got that shit in different countries and continents? We talking about in a lot of fucking states. So if that shit is #1 in not just one damn state, it's #1 in every damn state. I'm talking about all over the fucking globe. So if we gonna just talk about the man is out of his damn mind, then why the fuck is this show still #1? That's a phenomenal fucking show. Is no show touching that shit. What we gonna say? Outer Banks? What fucking show is we gonna say on Netflix is fucking with my man's show? Let's just be real. Cause all of that shit on Netflix is boring. I'm just gonna let you know that right now. Everything on that shit is boring. Ain't nothing on that entertaining. And I'm just being real. Nothing on that shit is entertaining. So they're like, okay. So he's like, I ain't finished. So they gonna say that David's out of his mind. But he played his ass in a fucking show and he fucking killed that role. He murdered that shit. If that was just the first fucking season and the second season ain't even come out, it's done. It's coming out. It gotta be coming. David told me it's coming out this summer. So if it's coming out this summer, can you imagine how the second season gonna be? Can you imagine? Can you just only fucking imagine? So I don't even want to get on his other damn shows because all of them bitches #1 too. And fucking different streaming platforms. We talking about all over the fucking globe, not just one. So hold on now. I'm gonna get to that. To all that bullshit you just said. This man got a biopic story about his life. A 10-part biopic story. It's not a documentary. It's a biopic story. That's 10 fucking years. 10. Every fucking year, a different fucking story comes out. That's 10. That's a damn decade. Almost a damn decade. Ain't a decade like what? 20-something years? So that's like a half of a damn decade. You gonna sit up here and really say that shit? Like, you know how serious this man is? You know how many people try to come at David and he just don't give a fuck? I have watched this nigga not feed into that shit. Even when I show him the shit in his face, he just look at the shit and laugh. Cause it'd be funny to him. You see what I'm saying? There is nobody like him. You see, the nigga ain't emotional about shit. You know how many people in the game is so emotional just if you just mention their fucking name? You just mention their name and they automatically emotional. You see what I'm saying? They go on a shopping spree on Instagram Live, just going off. So they're like, didn't you do the same thing with Ice Spice? Then you go on Instagram Live and go crazy and stuff. You was yelling at her and stuff when she said stuff about you. Like, well, that was fucking different. And first of all, did I say I was fucking David? I didn't say I was fucking David. So if I said David, it's not emotional. Did I say I'm the same fucking way? I didn't say I fucking was. So even if I did do that shit, so they're like, you did do that. So he's like, okay. So I went on Instagram Live and embarrassed my damn self. So fucking what? So I didn't say I was David. I'm not David. Me and David are totally two different fucking people. So he like, if people say stuff about David, he don't fucking care. But I do. So let's just make this shit clear. If I fucking get online and embarrass myself online, then I'll fucking do that shit. I don't give a fuck what you or none of you bitches in here say about me. The fuck is wrong with y'all? Y'all got me fucked up in here. So they're like, all right, Bow Wow, you gotta calm down. You gotta calm down. So he like, calm the fuck down. Yo, you started fucking with me when you said my name wrong on the interview. You did that shit on purpose. So he like, yo, I ain't do that on purpose. So he like, all right, anyway. So this man bringing out an album called Young Michael Jackson, right? The show is called Young Michael Jackson, right? Right? You put two and two together, the man is a fucking genius. He's a fucking genius. I mean, like, he's capitalizing off of a show that he's in, that is clearly number one across the fucking globe. He's a fucking genius. The man is a fucking genius. Come on now. And instead of, because he could have got his album on all them platforms, all them streaming sites, he could have got it on there, and believe me, them niggas be begging. Spotify, iTunes, Apple Music, all these damn streaming music platforms be begging to put his music on there. And David said, no, I'm sticking with SoundCloud. There's a reason why this nigga is sticking with SoundCloud. There's a reason, and he told me his damn reason, and it makes sense. He said SoundCloud gave me a voice when no other platform did, before I even made it big. SoundCloud gave me the outlet to release my music when no outlet would let me put my music out there. You see what I'm saying? So he's being loyal to something that was loyal to him. You see what I'm saying? You got a lot of motherfuckers that come off of SoundCloud, they become famous, and then they forget about SoundCloud like they ain't become a big damn celebrity off of SoundCloud. Then they start talking down on SoundCloud like SoundCloud ain't make they ass a famous motherfucker. Oh, you're a SoundCloud rapper. At one time, you was a SoundCloud rapper too. So how the fuck are you above that shit? You don't got no platinum records. You don't got no diamond records. Your tours are barely selling the fuck out. How the fuck are you talking down on something that made you a damn success? I just don't understand that shit. None of that shit makes sense to me. So David be saying these people are clowns that do that. When you talk down on something that made you a success, that made you have a name for yourself, and now you acting like you bigger than it, you better than it. You see what I'm saying? So David a smart motherfucker, he not stupid. You know? So David like, I don't need them platforms to stream my music so they can make billions of dollars off my music. The man said, no, this shit going straight on my fucking website and SoundCloud. I don't want it on none of them streaming platforms. Fuck them streaming platforms. David don't need them. He already a fucking trillionaire. So it's like, if the man can literally promote his damn self with just his fucking name alone, what makes you think he needs Spotify or iTunes or Apple Music? What makes you think he need that shit? So they like, yeah, you right. Yeah, you got a point there. Yeah. I mean, yeah, I see what you're saying. So he's like, you see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? So it's like, why would he give a fuck? Why would he give a fuck or any type of fuck about what a damn hating ass bitch got to say about him? I'm telling you, David do not care about that shit. He moves and operate totally fucking different. You would think his ass was a damn robot. The way he operates and the way he moves, you would have thought he was a fucking robot. So now let's go to the interview with Miley Cyrus. Then we can get more into the episode. So they interviewed Miley Cyrus at her mansion because she's about to have this party. And it was actually Miley Cyrus. I'll just get into the interview. Let me just get into it and stop talking. So they was like, Miley Cyrus, so you are one of David's wives. She's like, yes, I am. I'm Miley Cyrus Sims. So they're like, wow, you are really, really pregnant. She was like, yes, I am really, really pregnant. Well, you thought it was a lie. So they're like, okay, we just didn't know how true it was until now that we're looking at you. So she's like, okay. So they're like, okay, so do you know the sex of the babies? I mean, is it more than one? She's like, they're twins. Actually, they're triplets. So they're like, oh, so it's three. She's like, yeah. So they're like, okay, well, congratulations to you and David. She's like, yes, because he is definitely the father, 100%. So they're like, okay, so you and your husband, David Sims, albums are coming out on the same day. So can you elaborate on that? So she's like, well, it was actually my idea to bring the albums out. Well, my album was already coming out on March the 10th, and David's album was coming out actually on March the 20th. But I was like, I kind of talked them into it, like, maybe it would be kind of cute if both of our albums came out on the same day, because we are married and, he is my husband, I'm his wife. And I just thought it would be kind of cute. I didn't really think he would go along with it, but he did. And yeah, so it's coming out on March the 10th. So it's like, so it's no competition. So like, no, no, there's definitely no competition. So they're like, okay, okay. So if his album do better than yours, you're not gonna be mad about that. So like, no. I mean, my album is gonna do incredible too, but it's not about if his album do better than mine. If it does, then I'm definitely going to support him in that because he's my husband. So what do you think? I want to hate him or be mad at him for making a really good album? So they're like, okay, all right. So there's rumors that your album, in this album, that there's a song named David Sims. It's a bonus track. It's named David Sims. Like it's titled after your husband. So I'm assuming that it is about him. It's about David. She was like, if it's named after him, I think it pretty much says itself that it's about him. So they're like, okay. So you're throwing a celebration party for David. So like it's for me and David. For for both our albums coming out together. So yes, it's for me and David. And I'm actually excited. It's gonna be a lot of celebrities here, actually in a few more hours. So I'm excited. So they're like, okay, so where the hell is David? So they were like, she's like, well, David is actually he's with the cast of Riverdale. They have a movie coming out like this summer, so they're doing like a red carpet and stuff for that. So that's where David is. David is working like he always do. He has his babies with him. So they're like, well, oh, so we also wanted to get on this. So, um, what I mean, do you hold the babies? Because they're Jenna Ortega Sims babies. His other wife, his first wife. And rumor has it that y'all two don't get along. So she's like, she don't like me. And I mean, I don't hate her, but she definitely don't like me. And she has good reasons not to like me. But I still hold the babies. I still, feed the babies and stuff like that. So I still look at them as me being their stepmother. But yeah, I don't take my anger, if I had anger against Jenna Ortega Sims, if I had any type of anger against that girl, I would take it out on her directly. I wouldn't take it out on the babies because it's not the baby's fault that their mother's an asshole. So they're like, okay, all right. You do know that she's probably gonna see this interview. So she's like, yeah, I know. So I remember, at the, Miley Cyrus did her interview, which was a very long interview. I'm not going to do the whole entire interview because it was a very long interview. Um, I'm at the premiere of Riverdale, and yo, I ain't gonna lie, the cast of Riverdale is they're pretty. Like the girls in there are pretty. Like they're beautiful. So the girl that plays Maddie in the show, like she plays the older sister in the show of Riverdale, like the one that like had the twin babies. She was looking real pretty. She kept on like, coming on to me. I'm like, hey Maddie. She's like, that is not my name. I don't know why you keep calling me that. I'm like, what? I can't call you Maddie? It's like, I guess so. You ain't gonna stop. I already told you my real name, and you just keep calling me Maddie. I'm like, well, I mean, I like that name, and everybody knows I love nicknames. So she's like, oh, you do? I'm like, you want to go in this bathroom with me? She's like, go in the bathroom with you and do what? So I'm like, I don't know. I just want, let's go in there and get freshened up. She's like, I'm already freshened up. I did it at home. So I'm like, you don't want to go in there with me? She's like, all right. So we about to go into the bathroom, and I see Cole Sprouts, right? So Cole was like, David, what's going on? I'm like, Cole Sprouts. Dylan and Sprouts, or Dylan and Cole, where your brother at? So he like, he's filming a movie, he couldn't make it. I'm like, my man Cole Sprouts. So he like, what y'all two about to do? So I'm like, oh, I'm just about to take it into a room real quick before the premiere actually start. He like, you know it's about to start in a couple of minutes. So I'm like, it starts when I say it starts. So they like, so Cole was like, all right, you know what? I can see what's going on here, so I'm gonna just step out the way. I'm gonna see you later, David. I'm like, oh, all right. So we go into the bathroom, and me and Maddie, you guessed it, we definitely had sex or whatever like that. And she was like, oh my God, you do know what just happened, right? I'm like, yeah, we had sex. She was like, yeah, but what did that mean now? I'm like, what you mean? He's like, well, we fucked. I'm like, she's like, so that's all you wanted to do is bust your nut? I'm like, well, no, that's not all I wanted to do. She's like, so, well, what is it then? What are we? I'm like, you're my girlfriend. She's like, just like that, I'm your girlfriend. I'm like, I mean, I'm asking you. You can say no. It's like, no, I'm going to say yes, but you're not going to be flirting with the rest of the cast that's, here. Are you? Are you going to be bringing different celebrity girls that's part of the show in here and doing the same thing with them? I'm like, no. She's like, oh, you not? You sure? I'm like, yeah, man. Of course not. It's like, fine, okay. So we come out the bathroom, right? Now you know the girl that lost her twin brother in the show, on Riverdale. She lost her twin brother, and so she comes. She's like walking towards. She's like, David, what are you and Maddie doing coming out the bathroom? And girl, what's going on with your hair? You know the premiere's about to start. David, I thought I wanted to talk to you for a minute. So Maddie was like, he was gonna sit next to me. So they're like, yeah, but he got his daughters and stuff. So they like, I'm like, yo, where's my damn daughters? So they're like, Bow Wow got him. I'm like, oh, Bow Wow, okay, Bow Wow came here. So they're like, yeah, he got him. They sitting next to him. Ain't he the Godfather? He said he was the Godfather. I'm like, Bow Wow is the Godfather. So they like, oh yeah, well they with him. So I'm like, I need to get to my damn kids before my fucking wife kill me. So Maddie was like, I'll sit next to you. So I call the girl, I call her like, what I call her, red lipstick girl. That's my nickname for her. I call her red lipstick girl. So I'm like, red lipstick girl. She was like, stop calling me that. So I'm like, well, I mean, I like nicknames. She's like, so you couldn't think of any other nickname besides red lipstick girl? So I'm like, what? I'm sorry. Sometimes I'm not good with nicknames, but I love nicknames. She's like, no, that's fine. You can call me Red Lipstick Girl. That's fine. So I'm like, okay. She's like, Maddie, can I talk to David? So she's like, why you need to talk to him? So she's like, okay, what happened in that damn bathroom? Because you're like being very like overprotective over him, and that's weird. She was like, did y'all fuck in there or something? She's like, no, of course not. Why would we fuck at a premiere? So she's like, okay, so what would y'all do in the fucking bathroom? So she's like, you know what? It's none of your business. So the premiere came on, right? And everybody loved it. Everybody, enjoyed it and stuff like that. Now, Red Lipstick Girl, she been wanting me for a minute. Like, she been wanting to, like, date me and stuff. And she is really beautiful on the show and off the show. Like, she's, like, amazing. She's a beautiful girl. So I remember, after the show, well, after the movie, I'm like, Bow Wow, y'all want to come to this party with me? So they're like, what party is it? Is it that party that Miley Cyrus throwing? She's throwing like a celebration party for you and also for herself because y'all got like albums coming out at the same time or some shit. I'm like, yeah, so y'all want to come? So Cole Sprout's like, oh yeah, you finally going to a damn party. I'm like, Cole, what the hell is that supposed to mean? He like, you never go to a damn party. So I'm like, so what? Just because I don't go to a party don't mean that I wouldn't want to go to my own celebration party. What type of man would I be if I let my wife throw me a party and I don't show up there? So I'm inviting the whole cast of Riverdale. Do y'all want to come or not? So they're like, hell yeah. So we go to Miley Cyrus, and we go to our mansion. We get out the cars. A lot of people there already. Miley Cyrus coming out to greet me and stuff. She see my daughters. Well, actually, I had to drop my daughters off to Jenna Ortega because she the mother, so she didn't want them going to the party. So I dropped them off, and then I came to the party or whatever. So she coming out to greet me. She's like, "Where's the babies?" I'm like, "With their mother." She's like, "Typical." She wouldn't want them to come here. Wait, is that the cast from Riverdale? I'm like, yeah. It's like, what are they doing here? I'm like, well, it's a party, right? So they can't come? She's like, I mean, they weren't on the list, but sure. So I remember they come on there, and I take Miley Cyrus upstairs in the room because she wanted to go straight upstairs in the room. It's like, I don't really care about all those people. I just want to see you. I'm like, really? It's like, yeah, did you have fun at your premiere? I'm like, I had fun at my premiere. It's like, well, what did you do there? I'm like, I looked at the movie. She's like, that's all you did? I'm like, what are you trying to say I had sex? She's like, I'm just asking, David. I'm not accusing you. So she started taking off her clothes. She ready to get it in. She ready to get it in. She ready to go. So me and her definitely cut up and we had sex, which was thoroughly amazing. I'm not even gonna lie to you. It was very good. So I remember after we had sex, everybody calling Miley Cyrus' name. They calling my name, and everybody looking for Miley Cyrus. And so her friend knocking on the door. They're like, Miley, girl, you in there with David? She's like, yeah. So they're like, yo, it's a party. It's this party is for you and David. We supposed to be celebrating your albums coming out on the same day, and y'all up here what fucking? So she's like, well, that's how me and David want to celebrate. So they're like, all right, y'all can do that after the damn party. Like, y'all gonna stay here fucking when y'all gonna be out here celebrating with everybody? Because if they fuck up your house, which they're clearly doing, it's like, what do you mean they fucking up my house? They touching shit? So they like, yup, they touching all types of shit. They just broke a damn statue. She's like, what? So she get up, she's like, oh, hell no. I spent like $20 million on that shit. I know it ain't the statue, but please don't tell me. It's the statue that I'm thinking about in my head. So she's like, I paid $20 million for that shit. So she get up, she like, all right, dude, we gotta go down there because they up there breaking shit. So she go downstairs and I go downstairs with her. She's like, who the fuck broke? See, this statue cost $20 million. Who the fuck broke my damn $20 million statue? Who the fuck broke this shit? So she's about to stop the music and everything because she was mad as hell. They broke her damn statue. So, and she trying to figure out who broke her damn statue. The cast from Outer Banks, they were there. So they were at the party, right? So I'm looking, I see him, and the black girl that plays in the show, she kind of pissed me off. I ain't gonna lie, because the way she played that black boy kind of made me mad. She kind of upset me. And she not all the way black. You could tell that she definitely mixed with something. So I remember, see her, she come over to me, give me a hug. And she's like, hey, David. I'm like, hey. She's like, did you get to catch the show? So I'm like, yeah, I caught like some of the episodes. You mean the newest season that's out? She's like, yeah. I'm like, yeah, your character pissed me off. She's like, my character? What did I do? I'm like, how you gonna do my man like that, the black boy, and then gonna end up liking on the white boy? She's like, David, I don't write the script. I just, you're an actor too. You should know that more than anybody. Like, I'm just doing what I'm getting paid for. I'm like, okay, yeah, I get it. It's like, David, I would not do that in real life. So I'm like, okay. It's like, David, I'm just doing what they want me to do on screen and just, do it good. Obviously, I did if that upsetted you. So I'm like, are you gay? You like just girls? Like, well, I mean, I like girls and boys. Right now, I'm in a relationship with a girl, but I will definitely date a boy. I'm like, you was like, yeah, I would date a boy. I mean, I'm not just stuck on one gender, like I'm not just, oh, I'm all about girls. Like I like girls and I like boys. It all depends on who I fall in love with and who I give my heart to. So I'm like, oh, okay. She's like, yeah. So as I'm talking to her, I see this girl. Now, she looked it really familiar to me because I know I've seen her on the show or whatever, right? So I know I've seen her on the show, and she played on the show of Sydney to the Max. She played on like one episode, but she also played on the show on Netflix. So I was trying to like figure out who the fuck she was. So she walks over to me and she's like, "Oh my God, you're David Sims! Like, oh my God, you're fucking incredible." I'm like, she's like, "You're totally a genius. Like, you don't know how amazing you are to me. Like, you're literally my everything. You're my life." I'm like, "Oh, I am. Okay, I didn't know that I was actually your life." She's like, "Yes, yes, you are. Like, oh my God, can I please get a hug and an autograph, please?" So I give her a hug and an autograph, and it was so loud in there. I took her into like the movie theater room. So we go into there. She's like, "You sure Miley Cyrus is not gonna mind us coming in here?" I'm like, "No, no, she'll be fine. She cool." She's like, "Okay, did you lock the door?" I'm like, "Yeah, so nobody won't interrupt us while we talk." She's like, okay." So I'm like, "Yo, you look very familiar, like I seen you on TV." She's like, "Yeah, I played on Sydney to the Max. Um, I played on a show called Team Kaylee on Netflix. You know anything about that?" I'm like, "Actually, I do know about that show." She's like, "I was the girl with the glasses." I'm like, "Oh, you were. So you don't wear glasses in real life." She's like, "I actually did, but I got contacts now." So I'm like, "Okay, so how old are you?" She's like, 17. I'm like, "You're 17?" She's like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Oh, okay." She's like, "So now you know who I am?" I'm like, "Yeah, I know who you are. I'm gonna call you Glasses Girl, 'cause I love nicknames." She's like, "Glasses Girl? Okay, sure." I mean, I could just tell you my real name. I'm like, "Yeah, you can, but it ain't gonna fucking matter, 'cause I'm gonna just call you Glasses Girl." So she's like, "Okay, call me Glasses Girl." So I'm like, "So tell me something. Like, I know you got a boyfriend. I mean, a girl this pretty." She's like, "You really think I'm pretty?" I'm like, "Don't tell me you one of them girls that think that you're ugly. Please don't tell me that." It's like, I mean, I don't think that I'm ugly, but sometimes I don't think I'm like really pretty. I don't feel like it sometimes. I'm like, "Well, you look real pretty right now." It's like, "That's because I'm at a party." So I'm like, "Oh, okay. So do you got a boyfriend?" You ain't answer that question. She's like, "I don't think I should be answering this question, sir." I'm like, "Why is that?" She's like, "Because Miley Cyrus is your wife." I'm like, "Yeah," which is why, I mean, I always have wives and I have girlfriends too. So she's like, "Okay, doesn't that get stressful having all those damn lovers in your life? I mean, to like juggle all of them, I know it has to be stressful." I'm like, "No, because I'm not a normal person. I know how to deal with all these girls on their level." So she's like, "Let's say if we was to actually talk right now. I mean, we're talking right now, but I mean like on an intimate level. What number girlfriend would I be? Would I even be a girlfriend that you would take out on a date in public?" I'm like, "Yeah, you would." Of course, I mean, I'm not just saying it because I like you. I'm saying it because it's true. She's like, "So you will be seen out in public with me, kissing me and everything." You mean, you know how famous you are. You're a very big celebrity. So you sure that you? I'm like, "But you're saying it like that would mess up my damn image." Seeing you, first of all, I can be seen out with a regular girl and it won't mess up my damn image. She's like, "Okay, you got a point there. So you like me?" I'm like, "Yeah, I like you, Glasses Girl." if I ain't make it clear, I'm trying. She's like, you trying what? I'm like, well, I'm trying to kiss you and do some other shit. She's like, what other stuff do you want to do? I mean, I know we can't do it in here. I'm like, well, we can. We're in a movie theater. She's like, isn't it cameras in here? I'm like, no, I mean, not cameras spying on you. She's like, you sure? Because I thought I saw one. I'm like, no, that's the camera for the screen. She's like, oh, oh, so it's no like other cameras around. I'm like, no. She's like, well, what do you want to do, sir? So I'm like, well, I want to, kiss you, maybe fill you up a few times. Like, you want to have sex. You're a very experienced person. I mean, I've seen a lot of interviews where some of your celebrity girls say you're a sexaholic. You want to have sex with me, don't you? I'm like, well, all right, yes, I want to have sex with you. She's like, so that's all you want to do? Just like have sex with me and just like act like you don't know me after that? I'm like, no, no, that's not all I want to do. I mean, obviously, I would love to date you and, you know, make you my girlfriend. If that is, I mean, I thought I was making that clear when we were talking. Look, if I give you a nickname, that means I want to date you, not just fuck you. So she's like, and if you don't give a girl a nickname, I'm like, if I don't give a girl a nickname, then I don't want to fuck you or do anything with you. So she like, okay, so you have a condom? I'm like, wait, you gonna let me hit it? She's like, yeah. Do you have a condom? So I'm like, no. It's like, so you ask to fuck and you don't come prepared. I'm like, look, I never wear condoms. Like, well, that really says a lot about you because you have a lot of babies on the way. I'm like, well, what is that supposed to mean? It's like, every celebrity girl you date end up pregnant. It's no coincidence that you don't use condoms. I'm like, okay, okay, I'm understanding what you're saying. It's like, okay, if you don't use a condom, what if I get pregnant? I'm very fertile. I'm like, okay. So like, fine, okay. So we kissing and I'm grabbing her and stuff like that. Her phone was ringing, and her friends was calling her because they wanted to know where she was at. So she's like, oh, can I just answer this for a few minutes before we have sex? I'm like, yeah, it's my friends. I came here with my friends. So she's like, hello. They're like, now they ain't really call her Glasses Girl. They called her by her real name, but I'm saying Glasses Girl just because. So they're like, Glasses Girl, girl, where you at? Cause we seen you talking to David, and then you just disappeared with him. Where are you? She's like, we're kind of talking right now, like we're having a really like serious conversation. So I'm like, yo, it's getting real fun out here. Like, yo, it's getting lit. So she's like, okay. She's like, somebody is getting fucked right here on the dance floor. She's like, wait, they're fucking on the dance floor? She's like, yeah, like right there in the open, just fucking. So she's like, what the hell? She's like, yo, I just seen a girl getting her pussy ate out right on the table in the kitchen. So she's like, okay, this party is definitely X-rated. So she's like, yo, this shit's getting lit. You should come out here. She's like, no, I'm okay. I'm good. Y'all have fun. So she's like, what type of parties do your wife be throwing? So I'm like she throws wild parties. That's just how she is. It's like, does she get fucked at these parties? I'm like, she know damn well she better not get fucked at this party, cause I definitely would not be having that shit. It's like, but you're about to fuck me. So I'm like, that's different. I'm supposed to reproduce. I'm not a normal person. I have to reproduce. And if I don't reproduce, how am I going to build a new generation? She's like, okay, okay. So I remember we ended up kissing and we did have sex in that movie theater room and it was like really good or whatever. And yeah, it was good. I'm not gonna lie. It was good. At first, I didn't know she was a virgin. She didn't, cause I thought that she had had sex before. So I didn't know that she was a virgin. So when I popped that cherry, I was like, oh damn, she a virgin. So I'm a first, whatever. So yeah, I had sex with her and I popped the cherry, and it was good. I'm not gonna lie. So after we were done having sex, she's like, so I guess you found out I'm a virgin. I'm like, well, you ain't a virgin no more. It's like, no, I'm not. I'm like, look, I like you a lot. It's like, I mean, I like you a lot too. So that means we're like a thing. I'm like, yeah. It's like, so I'm your girlfriend. I'm like, yeah. It's like, okay. I'm like, are you going to tell your friends that we had sex? Like, no, I don't kiss and tell. I'm like, you don't? It's like, no, what type of girl you think I am? So I'm like, oh, okay. So she's like, well, I'm like, what was you doing after this party? She's like, um, I was just gonna go home with my friends and do stupid stuff, look at some movies, go to sleep, pretty much typical night. Maybe. I'm like, you got TikTok? She's like, no, I don't really have TikTok anymore. I mean, I used to have TikTok, but I don't have it anymore. I'm like, you know, it's like, no, they kind of banned TikTok from different states. So in the state that I live in, the app is not available in that state. I mean, it's available, but it's very fucking complicated. It's banned in the state that I live in. So I'm like, oh, okay. She's like, yeah, something about China spying on our data or some weird shit. I don't know. But I had TikTok, but I don't have it anymore. I'm like, so how does it feel to not have TikTok? It's like, I mean, to be honest with you, I'm not gonna lose my mind if I don't have it. I mean, there's other, outlets. There's, Twitter and Instagram and all that other stuff. But I don't really get on Twitter, so I don't have Twitter. But I do have Instagram. I do have a YouTube channel, but I don't really post on there. But I don't know. I'm kind of a private girl. I'm like, you was like, yeah, yeah, really. So I remember we started kissing, and then we had, sex again. And then her friends they was trying to open the door, but they couldn't get in. She's like, you think David's in here with our friend? So she's like, they're probably in there. I hear them talking. They're in there. They're probably, is they having sex? Wait, she's having sex? She was a virgin. So her other friend was like, she ain't no damn virgin no more. So we had sex the second time or whatever like that. And Molly Cyrus was looking for me. So she going around asking everybody have people seen me. She like, Cole Sprouts, which one of you? Are you Cole Sprouts or you Dylan Sprouts? So Cole was like, Molly, you know me. We played in a TV series together. Not like in an actual TV series, but we played on each other's shows. You should know me by now. See, she like, yeah, but I still never can tell y'all two apart. Y'all identical twins. So he like, I'm Cole Sprouts. So she like, well, did you see David? Have you seen him? So he like, uh, you know what? I have not seen him. That is a very good question. So she like, are you gonna turn this shit into a damn lecture? Cause I don't got time for it. So she walking up to everybody. She's like, have you seen David? Bow Wow, have you seen him? So he like, no, I ain't see David. This is a good damn party. I just got my dick sucked. So she like, okay, congratulations. Where's David? So he's like, why don't you just fucking call him? I mean, you are his damn wife. So she like, you don't think I tried that already? So he like, well, call him again. So she calls my phone. I answer the phone. She's like, David, where the hell are you? Are you still at this party? I'm like, yeah. She's like, baby, I threw this for us so we can enjoy each other. I'm like, I don't want to see people fucking on the dance floor. It's like, Dave, I can't control how wild they get at these parties. I can't control them. I'm like, it's like a lot of these people be taking drugs and they be hyped up off of pills and stuff. I can't control their hormones, David. As long as they don't try to fuck me, I'm totally fine. I'm like, is they trying to fuck you? It's like, they know that we're married. They see you in this party. Why would they try to fuck me? David, where are you? So she's like, we can go back upstairs in my room. So I'm like, oh yeah, we can. It's like, yeah, where are you? So I meet up. I had to leave from Glasses Girl, right? So I told Glasses Girl that I was gonna come over, um, I was gonna come to our hotel room. And she was like, all right, she's definitely down with that. So she went and met up with her friends at the party, and I met up with with Miley Cyrus. Now, Scott Jackson was at the party. She came to the damn party. So Scott Jackson came to the party, but she was not very respectful. Like she had a very serious attitude. And me and Scott Jackson had sex before, but she had an attitude. But we ain't gotta worry about Scott Jackson because Miley Cyrus ain't pay that girl no attention. But Selena Gomez had came to the party, and Miley Cyrus seen, Selena Gomez. So she's like, David, hey. I'm like, hey, Selena. So she's like, well, I did an interview a few hours ago. You probably gonna like what I said about you. So Miley like, okay, mm-hmm. So she's like, oh, hey, Miley. So she's like, hi, Selena. Are you having fun at the party? She's like, it's this party is fucking weird to me. Did I just see a nigga getting his dick sucked right on the like? That's weird. I never been to a party like this before. So she like, you probably if you said you saw it, you saw it. So she like, why would you have a party like this? This is a very weird ass party. So she like, Selena, if you ain't having fun, why don't you just go home? She's like, I will with David. So she's like, okay, see, now you didn't cross. She's like, now you didn't cross the line. See, stop playing with me, okay? You can literally have fun at this party, but really don't fucking draw the line by saying you're gonna take David home with you, cause that ain't gonna fucking happen. Not on my watch. So she like, okay, David, have fun at the party. I'll see you later on. So she walks out and Selena leaves. Miley Cyrus is about to run after that girl. So she's about to run after her being pregnant. I grabbed Molly, took her into the room. She's like, why'd you grab me? Why'd you grab me? I was just about to tackle that bitch. I'm like, what is wrong with you, Molly? You have a temper problem. She's like, I do not have a temper problem. I'm like, yes, you do. And you need to control it, baby. You're pregnant. It's like, she was just coming on to you. I'm like, it's like, how would you feel if a fucking male celebrity walked up to us and said, yeah, I'll go home, but with Miley Cyrus? Like, how would you feel if somebody said that shit right in your face? I'm like, I would punch him in his damn face. You're like, okay, so that's how I feel. I'm like, okay, baby, but she walked away. You had an opportunity to hit her, but you didn't. She was like, yeah, you're right. I did have an opportunity to bang that bitch. Next time, I'm not gonna let that shit slip away. I'm just gonna hit her. I'm like, yeah, next time, just do what you thinking. She was like, David, this party is over. I'm like, it's like because all I want to do is just be with you anyway. That's how I really wanted to celebrate it. I thought by having this party it would be kind of fun, but it is a fun party. But now it's getting really fucking wild. It's time for everybody to leave. So the glasses girl was like, I'm gonna go back to the hotel. So they're like, girl, what happened in there with you and David? We heard you in that movie theater room. Y'all was having sex, weren't y'all? Girl, you ain't a virgin. He popped that cherry, didn't you? You let him get that cookie. So she's like, you know what? I don't feel like talking about this at this party. It's kind of creepy. I'm gonna just go at the hotel and I guess I'll meet your girls there. So they're like, you just gonna leave us here? We came with you. She's like, well, if y'all not ready to come to the hotel, y'all can catch an Uber back. So they're like, no, we'll come home with you. We'll go back to the hotel with you. She's like, you sure on me? Because y'all can stay here. So they're like, no, it's good. We have fun. We was here for a few hours. It's fine. We'll leave. So after they left, Miley Cyrus went downstairs and she was like, all right, all right. She grabbed the microphone. She's like, I'm glad that y'all all having fun, but y'all gotta know that I am a pregnant wife, so I need my sleep. So I'm glad y'all have fun. Y'all was here for like 5 hours or probably even more. But the party is definitely fucking over. So they ended up, some of them was getting mad because usually her parties go all the way up into the morning time. So there was some people that was upset about that. They was like, wait, you telling me that this party is over? Your parties don't, they run all night. She's like, what is this, a fucking 7-Eleven? It's not a damn 7-Eleven. Yeah, they used to run all fucking night. But they don't anymore because I have fucking responsibilities. I'm a fucking mother, okay? I'm pregnant, so that means I'm about to be a damn mother. And also I'm a damn wife. And this party got too damn wild. Okay, y'all fucking and doing all types of shit in my damn house. Usually I was okay with that. But I told y'all asses before y'all got here that it wasn't that type of fucking party. But y'all turned it into that type of party any fucking way. See, and y'all snuck in drugs and pills and shit. When I said none of that shit was allowed through these damn doors, y'all brought that shit any damn way. So yes, the party is fucking over. So they ended up leaving. They was mad as shit too. They was like, this is some bullshit. This is bullshit, Molly. This is some complete bullshit. So she like, yeah, let it be bullshit. Get your ass out of here. So they leaving or whatever like that. And she come back upstairs and she's like, you're like, you wanna go to one of my apartments? She's like, yes. Yes, I do. So she's like, can we get something to eat on our way there, baby? I'm like, yeah. She's like, all right. So we about to leave out and she had her, maid and stuff. They're like, Selena, well, where are you going? She's like, I'm going to my husband's apartment. We're gonna go there for a few days. Y'all okay here? I'm sure y'all got enough food and stuff here. Please don't throw no fucking parties at my mansion. If I find out that y'all threw any fucking type of party at my mansion, I will definitely fire you. But that is the least of your damn worries, getting fired. That's the least of your damn worries. That's not all the fuck I'm gonna do to you. Because if you have a party or do some disrespectful shit when I'm not here and I don't fucking know about it and I find out about it, oh, I have a right to do a lot of shit to you. Because you disrespected my fucking house. So please don't fucking disrespect my house. So she's like, anyway, I gotta go. So she leaves and get in the car with me. She's like, David, I'm hungry. I'm like, yeah, where you want to go at? You never said where you wanted to go. So she's like, well, where you want to take me? I'm like, what are you in the mood for? She's like, this fucking conversation can go all night. So I'm like, it cat's like, you're so funny, David. So I'm like, well, where you want to go at? So she's like, oh, you know what? I got a taste for pizza, like some pepperoni pizza, but the real good pepperoni pizza, not that shit you get at a you get at a pizza spot, but it be good, but not that good. I'm like, I can make you a homemade pizza. She's like, you can? I'm like, I got the ingredients at my apartment. I love pizza. It's one of my favorite foods. She's like, you gonna make me a pizza? I'm like, yeah, baby. She's like, okay, this just got romantic yet. So I'm going to me and Molly Cyrus Sims. I be forgetting to say that, but they be correcting me. Man, they do not like when I leave the Sims part out of their name. They don't like that. They like, it's Molly Cyrus Sims, you know. So anyway, yeah, we on our way to my apartment, and I'm gonna switch it over to Emma Marie was doing an interview with this interviewer. We got a part 5 of Teen Doctor coming to Hulu. So she's a famous YouTuber girl. She's one of my girlfriends. So they was like, Emma, you look very happy. She's like, yeah. So they're like, okay. So I do definitely, because David has his biggest album coming out called Young Michael Jackson. Titled after the series Young Michael Jackson, that is still #1 in Netflix all over the country. But I do have some questions for you. She's like, okay, so yeah, what's the questions? So she's like, well, my first question is, so what do you actually think about people saying that he's crazy or he's out of his mind for naming his album after that? She's like, well, do you think he's out of his mind? Because I don't think so. I mean, the show he has a hit show on Netflix called Young Michael Jackson. The album is named Young Michael Jackson, the album. I mean, you put two and two together, that's pretty fucking amazing to me. I think that's a damn I think that's a damn good marketing scheme. Like, that's amazing. Like, who would actually think about naming their album after they hit TV show? So she like, well, okay, you got a point there. She's like, and for the people that says that he's out of his mind, first of all, they're haters. There's tons of haters out there. There's people that hate on me. That's people online to say I'm not that pretty or I'm not that sexy and all of this stuff. And it's like, I used to let that stuff get to me, but I don't let it get to me anymore because it's like, what the fuck? You really gonna waste your time talking about me when you could be living your fucking life? Like, literally. So she like, okay. So you don't think your boyfriend is out of his mind for naming his album? She's like, no, I don't. No, I do not. So they're like, okay, okay. So next question. Why why did y'all hide your relationship? Because we kind of figured when y'all was doing this series, which is a hit show, by the way. So part five is coming to Hulu, Teen Doctor, and you're obviously like a main character in this. And also the show is on Disney Plus, but that's a different version of the version that's on Hulu. So she's like, yeah. So she's like, okay, so and even that is a big success. She's like, yes, it is. So she's like, so, but you're not on that. She's like, no, I'm not. So she's like, but you're on the one. She's like, yes, I'm on the one on Hulu. So she's like, okay, so why did y'all try to hide your relationship? When did y'all actually start dating? So she's like, we didn't try to hide our relationship. She's like, you tried to hide the fact that he was the father. She's like, I didn't try to hide that fact. So she's like, yes, you did. You did try to hide it. She's like, who the fuck said I tried to hide it? So she's like, well, it seemed like you did. She's like, I did not try to hide our relationship. So she's like, okay, well, when did y'all start dating? She's like, well, we started dating while we were filming the show Teen Doctor. We went out on a few dates, and it was just history from there. So they was like, so y'all kept it a secret out of the public eye because what? She's like, because of this shit right here. I mean, like, goddamn. Like, we're not allowed to keep our relationship a secret. Why do everybody has to go public when they're fucking dating somebody? Why is that mandatory? I mean, couldn't somebody just want to have something for their fucking self? So she's like, okay, all right. So, are you pregnant? She's like, do I fucking look pregnant? Yes, I am pregnant. So it's like, so why did you try to hide that from the public? She's like, I never tried to hide my pregnancy. Now you're making up shit and you're putting words in my mouth. I never had. First of all, I told people I was pregnant. It's like, but you did hide the fact that David was the father. You never told people who was the father. She's like, it's none of their fucking business who the damn father is. They know now, and that's the only thing that fucking matters. They know now. So they like, okay, is it true that you and David moved in together or got an apartment? She's like, that is none of your business. Just know that me and David are very happy together. So they're like, okay, so what did y'all do? Why y'all was promoting part five of Teen Doctor for Hulu? Y'all was out there for 5 days. What did y'all do out there? It's like, that is none of your fucking business. What me and David did is none of your business. If you're alluding to if we had sex, of course we fucked. It's none of your business though, but yes, we did. We're both adults. We fucked. So they're like, well, David's not a damn adult. He's 16 years old. I mean, he's not a regular person. So she's like, yeah, he's a teenager. You're absolutely right. He is a teenager. But the way he operates and the way he fuck is like a damn adult. So it's none of your fucking business. She's like, but you just told me what y'all did. So she's like, yeah, because that's what the fuck you wanted. You wanted some damn shit. You wanted some tea. So I gave you the damn tea. So she like, you seem like you got an attitude. You seem like, is this the pregnancy that's making you this damn moody? She's like, it's not the pregnancy. It's this that you're a really fucking annoying interviewer. And you're really pissing me off with every question you ask me. And I love the questions that you ask about my boyfriend because I love my man. I don't have no problem talking about my baby. But when you start getting on that personal shit, oh, how do David fuck you in the bed? What did y'all do out of town when y'all was promoting the show Teen Doctor for Hulu? That is personal shit. That's none of your fucking business. You should not be in that shit. So why in the fuck are you making yourself valuable or available to be in my fucking love life? Like, that's why me and David kept the shit private in the first fucking place. Because of dumb shit like this. So they're like, yeah, but David be going public with a lot of celebrity girls. She's like, that's okay, yes he do. But some that he really care about, he don't go public with because he don't want people hassling them. Like me, he loves me. So they're like, how many times do y'all fuck a day? She's like, none of your fucking business. Why do you want to know how many times we fuck a day? That is very fucking, that is a very inappropriate question to ask me. No, I'm not answering that. That's none of your business. So they're like, okay, so you're not going to answer that. Obviously, very touchy. She's like, that's not touchy. It's just none of your business. So they're like, okay, okay. She's like, how would I, what if I ask you how many dicks you sucked? She's like, I don't suck dick. It's like, that is a fucking lie. I'm pretty sure you get fucked a lot. I mean, if you asking me all this sexual shit, I'm pretty sure you get fucked a lot. So she's like, okay. She's like, yeah, how would you feel answering that? Would you feel comfortable telling me that? I'm guaranteeing you, you probably wouldn't. So don't ask me nothing inappropriate like that again. So she's like, yeah, well, but that's rumors that that's rumors that you were caught on camera giving David head, sucking his dick in public. She's like, you know what? Yeah, I sucked his dick in public. So, I'm his girlfriend. And yeah, some fucking loser recorded that shit. You know, you can't do anything private with someone you love. Because you know what? You'll have fucking weirdos in the damn bushes videotaping you as you giving your lover some loving. So, yeah, I sucked his dick. Is it the end of the world? So they like, okay, you're right. She's like, this interview is over. I'm so sick of this shit. So she get up and I made the pizza and stuff. I'm like, baby, Molly. She's like, yeah, baby. So I'm like, you sure this all you want on the pizza? It's like, are you gonna eat it with me? I'm like, yeah, I love pizza. It's like, you better eat it. I'm like, I am. It's like, all right. Oh yeah, that's all I want on there. I'm like, that's it. She's like, yeah. So she's like, how long is it gonna take before it get done? So she's like, David, I ain't gonna lie, I'm probably gonna want that whole thing. I'm like, yeah, I know you pregnant. She's like, I'm probably gonna want to eat that whole thing. I'm like, I said I know, I get it. She's like, you're not gonna be mad at me, are you? I'm like, why would I be mad at you? You're pregnant, you're having my baby. She's like, I'm horny as shit, but I don't want the pizza to burn. Let's fuck in this kitchen. So we had sex in the kitchen. We cut up. As soon as we was done having sex, the pizza, cause I had the pizza turned down low. I had to turn the pizza down low so it can cook slow while we was having sex. That way it won't cook all fast. So by the time we was done having sex, which was like a whole hour of us having sex, um, the pizza was done. So she eat her pizza in the kitchen. I went to my car as she's eating her food. And Emma calls me. She's like, baby. I'm like, is this my girl? She's like, yes. I'm like, my pregnant girlfriend? She's like, yes, baby. So I'm like, how was the interview? She's like, it was, oh, David, it was a mess. It was a mess. I'm like, it was like, this girl was not a professional. She kept asking me all these sexual questions. Or how many times you and David fuck? Oh, there's video of you sucking your boyfriend David's dick in the park. Like, she was just really being fucking annoying. She started off kind of good when she asked the first couple of questions, but then she just started getting really fucking weird. So I'm like, so did you walk out? She's like, I started to, but towards the end, I didn't really finish the interview. I just got up and said, I'm done with this shit because she was really starting to piss me off because any minute of me just sitting there, like, cause she was being disrespectful. She was being fucking rude, and it was like I'm not gonna take a moment of this shit. Cause she said anything else disrespectful, I'm just literally gonna hit her. I was just gonna hit her right on camera. So I'm like, you do know if you would have hit her, she would have sued you. It's like, yeah, I know. And I didn't want to take that charge. So I was just like, you know what? I'm going to just walk out before things get physical. So I got off the phone with Emma. She did want to see me. Went back in there with Molly. She's like, I'm so horny now. I'm like, you just ate all that pizza? She's like, yeah. I want to have sex before I go to bed. So we had sex, and then Molly did end up going to sleep as soon as I was done having sex with her. And so I went to go see the girl, Glasses Girl, right? So I'm telling her I'm on my way. She telling her friends, like, that they had to leave. So they're like, girl, we don't got no other hotel room to go to. So she's like, oh, that ain't my problem. So they're like, yo, you kicking us out of the. So they was like, yo, you kicking us out of the hotel room? Like, what are we supposed to do? Wait in the fucking lobby while y'all fuck? So she's like, look, it's gonna be weird for y'all to hear us having sex in the other room. It's just not. I'm not gonna feel comfortable having sex with y'all being here. So she's like, so is he staying the night? She's like, if you want to. I mean, I'm his girlfriend. So they're like, wait, we just thought y'all was having sex. She's like, well, yeah, we are, but I'm his girlfriend too. So they're like, okay, so you want us to wait in the lobby because we have nowhere else to go. You want us to wait in the lobby because that's where the fuck we gonna be at. So she's like, yeah, wait in the lobby. So they're like, this is bullshit. You want to kick your friends out for some dick? She's like, you would do the same thing. So I came there and I see her friends coming to the lobby. They was like, hi, David. I'm like, hey, so they was like, she's definitely up there waiting for you. So I'm like, yo, okay? They was like, it's not your fault, but she kicked us out. So I'm like, well, where y'all gonna go? Where y'all gonna be at? They was like, I guess we gotta wait into the lobby. So they was like, I guess we gotta wait in the lobby until you're done. I guess fucking her. So I'm like, well, I can get y'all a room if y'all need a room. So she's like, yeah, you think you can get us a room? So I get them a room and everything, and I made sure they were straight. And they was like, thank you, David. Do you want us to repay you? I'm like, repay me. They was like, yeah, repay. Do you need us to repay you back? I'm like, oh no, no, I'm good. So they're like, you sure? So I'm like, yeah, I'm definitely good. So I remember, I go to Glasses Girl and she opens the door. She's like, hey, baby. I'm like, hey. It's like, did you run into my friends? I'm like, yeah. It's like, they're mad at me. I'm like, yeah, I got them a room and stuff. It's like, you did? That was really nice of you. Well, now we don't have to rush having sex. I'm like, yeah. It's like, so do you want me to put on some music? I mean, I heard that you like a girl that, like, give you a lap dance and stuff. I'm not. I mean, I can give you a lap dance, but I mean, do you like that? Would you like that? I'm like, yeah, I definitely would like that. It's like, you would? So when your famous girlfriends give you lap dances, do they play music or do they just do it like without music? I'm like, well, most of the time they are definitely playing music. It's like, okay, so I put on something. So she put on some music and she started taking off her clothes and I'm looking at her and she's like, what? I'm like, you look really pretty. She's like, you really think I'm pretty? I'm like, yeah. Which means you're definitely gonna have my kids. It's like, oh, I am. Well, David, I told you I'm fertile. I'm like, you did tell me that. It's like, I'm very, very fertile. So, yeah, I'm pretty sure you can't get me pregnant because I can have babies. I'm like, you guys like, yeah, but I'm like only 17. So I'm like, your mom gonna get mad if I get you pregnant. It's like, I'm almost 18, so that means I would be legal enough to have babies, but I don't think she would get too mad about it. I mean, like, this world is crazy. I mean, people hear surprising stuff all the time. So I'm like, yeah, they do. They do hear surprising shit all the time. It's like, David, are you gonna let me give you this lap dance? It's like, are you gonna let me give you this lap dance, or are you gonna keep on having a conversation with me? So I'm like, okay. It's like we can have that after we have sex. I'm like, okay. She put this lap dance on for me. Now, I could tell she never done it before, but it was definitely amazing the way she was like moving and stuff. And at first she was like really stiff when she first started, but she really loosened up after a while. She even took her bra off for me and everything. And yeah, we had sex. We definitely had cut up or whatever. So she was like, David, I do really like you. I'm like, I like you too. She's like, look, if I get pregnant, I'm not gonna be in this alone. And I don't wanna like go through my pregnancy alone. I want you to be there in my life. I'm like, of course, I'll be there. It's like, I mean, for doctor's appointments, everything. I'm like, yeah, of course. Like, okay. I'm like, why are you saying it like that? Like, okay. It's like, I mean, like, I know I have this feeling that it's gonna happen. I'm like, you do? It's like, yeah, because you're not using a condom and you're coming inside of me, so I'm pretty sure it's definitely gonna happen. So I'm like, oh, okay. It's like, but I mean, I could see if I was like 14 or something like that, then I would be kind of scared. But I am about to be 18. I'm like, do you live with your mom? It's like, I do still live with my mom. Yeah, I do. I live with my parents, um, but actually, I was about to move out. I was feeling like it, because I mean, on my 18th birthday, I definitely wanted to have my own apartment and like, kind of be more independent. Because I feel like at home, I don't really have the privacy that I want. Because like my mom, she'll just walk right in. Or my little sister, she'll just walk right in my room and she won't even knock. I can see if you like knocked before you actually entered my fucking room. But yeah, she doesn't even they don't knock. They just walk into my shit. And then like if I'm coming back from an event or something, I'll catch them in my room or catch my sister like, and I don't mind. I love my little sister. She can look at stuff in my room, like look at TV and stuff. I don't mind. You can look at it, but it's like, if you're in my fucking bed, at least make this shit up before you like leave out of the fucking room. I have my bed made up and stuff. When I come back, there's pillows all over the fucking floor. My cover and quilt is on the floor. Like, what was you laying on the fucking floor? What was you making a damn? What was you making a damn? A fucking damn TP? What was you making a fort? Like, what the hell? Like, what was you doing? My quilt is on the floor. So I'm like, okay, it's like, yeah, like, what the fuck? Pillows all over the place. I'm like, I know I didn't leave this shit like this. And I can always tell my little sister in there, she's the only one to do that stuff. I'm like, what about your mom? It's like, my mom don't really look at TV in my room. She just go through my shit, try to find something. She just go through my personal shit. I'm like, oh, she's like, yeah. So it's like, it's definitely time for me to have my own space. That way I don't have to worry about somebody invading my shit while I'm not around. I'm like, oh, okay. She's like, anyway, enough about me. So I know you probably like talk about yourself a lot, but what do you want to do right now besides have more sex with me? So yeah, we looked at the show, Team Kaylee. She's like, I looked this so fucking young and I look like a baby in this show. I'm like, I don't even look like that anymore. I mean, I do, but I look older. I'm like, yeah, well, that happens when you play on the show and you get older. She's like, oh my God, that's crazy. I'm like, so what happened? Why you gonna get a fourth season? She's like, the third season didn't do too well on Netflix, so they didn't bring it back for another season. So I'm like, oh, okay. So like, and plus I was getting booked to do other, shows and stuff, and everybody was doing their own little projects, so it kind of, I guess, worked out for the best. So we did have sex and we cut up and made love and everything. That's pretty much how I celebrated my day and night. But I'm gonna stop this episode here. I thought I would tell this episode because my fans wanted me to. And a lot of times I do stutter a lot, like over my words as I'm telling y'all, an episode and everything. But don't worry, I get it right. I always try to get it right at the end. But I'll holler at y'all later. My new album, Young Michael Jackson, the album, March the 10th. The full album will be on my website. And my first single will be on SoundCloud, Tutti Fruity. And before you say yes, it's Lil Richard. But yeah, I'm gonna go holler, at my beautiful girlfriend, the glasses girl. She kind of cool. I like her.